I have to admit this morning to being just a little bit jealous of Walter Isaacson, the Elon Musk biographer. I've wanted to do a biography for years. I've approached several individuals at high levels across the United States to do biographies. I did start trying to see if there was some way that I could do one for Elon. Well, anyway, now Isaacson is hitting it out of the park over and over again, and twice just within the last couple of days. We will dig into both issues. Lots and lots of Tesla news, so let's get into it. This is Randy Kirk. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit notified. I will not be having Larry Goldberg on tonight. I'll be doing that show by myself unless I can find somebody else to help out on where we do the week in review. That's one of the best shows every week, of course, get lots and lots, but Larry will be on with me. We'll record it later tonight and show it Saturday morning. All right. Markets are starting off this morning, as is Tesla, with bonds. What did I say? What did I even say? Markets are up this morning. So is Tesla strongly, as bonds are relaxing a bit this morning, allowing the markets a little bit of relief rally here. The bonds are back within striking distance of 4.22 actually, which is quite good. Oil, unfortunately, is headed back up. All right, huge story number one. I do need to mention this, even though it's not directly related to Tesla, but hugely related to Elon Musk. So here's the story, according to Elon Musk. These are his words yesterday in X. There was an emergency request from government authorities to activate Starlink all the way to Sevastopol. The obvious intent being to sink most of the Russian fleet at anchor. Most of the Russian fleet at anchor, most. Catch that part right there. That's what's not being reported. If I had agreed to the request, then SpaceX would be explicitly complicit in a major act of war and a conflict escalation. So Elon believed that he personally and SpaceX as a corporation would be potentially responsible for starting World War III, or being complicit, or helping with the beginning of World War III. That's what he believed. And therefore, what did he do? He turned off the Starlinks. All right. He's being criticized mostly by the warmongers on the left. People that are looking forward to more and more war between Russia and Ukraine and more people dying. This is coming from the left. I'm completely confused by this. But anyway, Elon has been pretty clear over the years that he does not really want to be involved in his products being involved militarily. Well, he's relaxed that. Obviously, he's taken a contract with regard to deploying Starship eventually any place in the world in 45 minutes for the U.S. Army, taking a big contract to put that into effect. Anyway, other things, of course, using Starlink for the actually giving away Starlink's the dishes for the Ukrainians to use so that they would have on the ground communication. So he's not 100% pure on this, but I can understand as an individual and as a corporation being asked to do something which he believed could contribute to the beginning of a nuclear holocaust. I think I'd back away too. That's just me. I don't know. What do you think? In the comments below, I want to know. All right, major good news in Highland production from nextbigfuture.com. This is not being widely reported, and his source is a good source. Starting next week, there's going to be 108,000 per quarter of the new Model 3 being made. They could sell more Model 3s in September than most of the prior months in China. This is huge. I had no idea they were at these kind of levels yet. And the article goes on to explain, no, that apparently the changeover has been quite easy, and they're making a lot of cars. We'll see what happens next week or week after that. We'll see how this pans out. 20,000 chargers are going into 2,000 Hiltons. Now, when I reported on this yesterday, I thought it was 2,000. I knew it was 2,000 Hiltons that were going to get these Tesla chargers. I didn't know it was 20,000. That's 10 per unit, 10 per hotel. That's quite substantial. And this is probably the first such deal. It makes such great sense on so many levels. Now that I know that it's 10 per hotel, this is not going to be just about people that are staying at the hotel. this is really going to be a charger where people can go and get a quick charge. They're not going to be the high-speed chargers, so it's going to be something where you're going to go and get enough charge to get home. Has this happened to you? I know it's happened to me. We're out and about and we're like, oh, you know what? We're not, you know what? We're really good if we top off. And if the closest thing's a Hilton and we can get it done in 10 minutes to just top off and get home, that's going to be great. All right, Gen 3 Powerwalls are now out. And Elon posted today that you will likely get by with just one now. Before, people were putting two in their homes. He's saying, look, this is going to be a denser, more powerful unit. You can get all the power you need for any blackout with just one in most cases, and actually run pretty much all of your appliances. So they're in the ballpark of $7,000, and then you get 30% back from the government. That's way, way more affordable. Now you're talking about just over $5,000 to get a Powerwall in your home. All right, huge story number 2 from Isaacson. At a secretive meeting late one evening in September 2022, von Holzhausen and a few others of the Tesla top brass presented data showing that a small, inexpensive global car was needed to meet Tesla's ambitious 50% annual growth targets. They convinced Musk, after some back and forth. I'm not going into the whole story here. You can read it in plenty of places. You can go read the whole story. And in the book will be out soon, so then you can read the whole thing in the book. They convinced Musk that Tesla could build both a $25,000 car and a robo-taxi on the next generation engineering platform using the same assembly lines. Musk had long believed that Tesla's production system, the machine that builds a machine, was even more important to his success than the vehicles. So he saw the opportunity to design a new high-speed, ultra-automated manufacturing process for both cars. Though initially unenthusiastic about the $25,000 car, Musk's attitude changed after a design review session in February 2023, just 6 months ago, when Van Holzhausen put models of the robotaxi and the $25,000 car next to each other in the studio. Both had a futuristic design like the Tesla Cybertruck, an angular stainless steel pickup truck that has yet to debut. Musk loved the designs. When one of these comes around a corner, he said, people will think they're seeing something out of the future. So 2 big pieces of news there. Number 1, that the Tesla model, the Gen 3 car, is going to be stainless steel like the Cybertruck. Don't take that to the bank, but apparently, at least in February, that's the direction they were headed. That is pretty amazing. And then number 2, the inside story on the fight over doing both. Look, I'm 100%, I can't be any more enthusiastic about the idea that they need both. Lots and lots and lots of people are still going to need cars. I've been saying this for, well, I think all the way since I wrote the Elon Musk mission. And I know I've said it on this channel over and over and over again. There's lots of people that are still going to need their own private car, either because they just want their own private car or because they need it for keeping their samples in, or setting it up for the little kids so that it's always set up and you're not always having to take all that stuff with you and put it into a robotaxi. Just not going to work for everybody, okay? So no, they need both. I'm so glad that that's how it worked out. Okay, 370,000 megapacks on the ground in Lathrop, spotted in a drone flyover. That's about $750 million worth of product sitting in the parking lot. Not sure when the street is finally going to figure out what's going on with energy and realize that Lathrop plus Shanghai will be producing 40% of the sales that Tesla currently has. It will be a $40 billion company in and of itself, just those 2 factories. When are they going to get it? All right. On the financial front, Fed presidents who spoke yesterday seemed dovish re-September meeting on 19th, and that's next week on the 19th and 20th. Most were not saying that the inflation fight is over or giving any nods as to what they're going to do at the November meeting. The CPI and PPI are out next week. They won't be as important as the PCE in making a decision, but that will impact their thinking. So the market, so right now the market is 100% believing that there'll be a pause in September. The market is about 50-50 with regard to November. if the Fed raises, if next week we get a bad print on the CPI or the PPI, causing people to think there will be a raise in September, that will kill the market. On the other hand, if the CPI and PPI numbers are subdued and continue to be low, as they have been the last couple of months, that could give us a decent rally. Bonds could drop, stocks could go up. So those are going to be important next week, the CPI and PPI. And then the very next week, we have the Fed with their decision. The 19th and 20th, I just said that, whenever that is. Yes, the following week. All right. So we got to look at both of those coming up. Then another analyst saying something you might have heard here on this channel before. I know sometimes it just feels good to be having people repeat what I say. Economists are beginning again to worry that shelter costs are going to reaccelerate in the months ahead as higher mortgage rates and lack of available supply will push housing prices back up and greatly impact headline inflation rates. Nobody thinks that's going to happen over the fall and winter. I totally believe it's going to happen next spring. So there's no question in my mind that prices on homes will be up again next spring. Given extremely tight supplies of existing homes, it's altogether possible that home prices may rise in the near future, putting upward pressure on inflation and causing concern that with the Fed that is not doing enough to combat the rising cost of living. Now, Powell said that he recognizes that high interest rates and the huge shortage of available housing is causing the price of housing to go up. So I'm not sure that he's right about this. I think Powell at least gets it. I'm sure he's sharing with the other members. But that assumes that the higher interest rates are the cure, but not the cost of rising shelter costs. Consider the following statistics from Redfin. These are so interesting. This is the main reason I'm bringing you this article. 91% of homeowners with mortgages have a rate below 6%. 82% have a rate below 5%. 62% are below 4%, and 23% are below 3%. And guess what? I think it's 40% have no mortgage at all. So you're talking about 23% of the remaining 60% have a rate under 3%. Anyway, this is what I'm talking about. Nobody's going to sell their house. I've been talking about for a while. Okay. As Jessica Dickler wrote this week on CNBC.com, 82% of homeowners feel locked into their current homes due to low mortgage rates, while adding that a 5.5% mortgage could be the key to unlocking their doors. I don't think it's going to happen at 5.5. I think you're going to have to drop below 5%. So Tesla has nowhere to go but up right now. That's my prediction. Nowhere to go but up. Yes, will it have down days? Of course it will. If the CPI print next week is bad, believe me, Tesla will be down too. But all of Tesla's stars are aligned. I'm very excited about next week. I believe Tesla at the Detroit Auto Show next week, I believe that they will show at least the Highland and the Cybertruck and maybe the Juniper. I'd show the Juniper. What do you think? Comments below. All right, with all that good news, what's going on this morning? Okay, Tesla up $4.58 to $256. Just a second here. I need to back into the rest of these. All right. The Dow is now slightly down, only $12. The NASDAQ is up 73, S&P up 11. The Magnificent Seven are almost all up, except for Amazon a little bit down. Apple is recovering somewhat this morning. And then NVIDIA is also recovering this morning. And the Cathie Woods are actually down this morning, which is kind of interesting, but not very much, just a little bit. All right, let's look at those other numbers. We have got the Bitcoin up slightly, still under 26. We have got, I got to get rid of this. We've got the dollar. Dollar's up and strong. It's going to be up for a while. Gold is up just a bit this morning, but still just like 1947. We've got oil, as I mentioned. Now it's not up as much as it was. So now we're looking at Brent just barely over 90. And Texas Intermediate just under 87. So it is relaxing just a little bit. And then bonds, here we are under 4.22. That is really good news at 4.215. Let's take a look at the 2-month is down just a little bit, not that much, at 5.4. And the so it's under 5.5. That's good. The 2-year is under 5. It's dropped pretty nicely this morning to 4.93. I mean, this is looking like a good Friday, all in all. So make sure that you are hit notify, because Larry Goldberg and he's been on the road now, and visiting a lot of these factories across the country, Starbase, etc. You're going to want to hear what he has to say. That'll be tomorrow morning, though. Recording it tonight. It'll be on first thing in the morning tomorrow morning. We are also, I've got a lot of good stuff lined up for the weekend, and you never want to miss Friday night, because we do the weekend review. That's always one of my most popular shows. So hit notify, hit like, hit subscribe, do all those kind of things, and then join Patreon and get your free Cybertruck. You're going to want, I had another huge day of orders yesterday. It's really been fun. Thank you so much, everybody, for participating in this. These are the coolest things ever. They are selling like crazy. But why? I think because I underpriced them. I think at $25, these are just a steal. Look at this lovely box that it comes in, even a great box at $25. You are at $25 a piece. You're going to want one of these. All the information is below as to how you can get these. If you're not in the United States, had another European order last night, you have to add $20. So it's $25 plus 20, $45. Or if you want 2, you still only add 20 total. If you want 3, I don't care. If you want 10, you still only have to add $20 so that I can pay for the DHL to get it there. And then you can also get one for free. These are great. I mean, these are magnets. They fit on your refrigerator. They are a bottle opener. You know that, right? I mean, this is really cool. And you can put this thing everywhere, in your cabin, in your RV. I mean, all over the place. Give it to your friends. I've had multiple orders for more. A lot of people now ordering 2, a couple of people ordering 4, several ordering 3. So people are getting that they want these in different places, or they're getting that they want to give it to friends. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. So if you join Patreon at the $10 level, now when you go in and you join, if you join on the test, you got to wait the 7 days before I can ship it to you. You got to wait until it becomes official and you're paying before I can ship it to you. That's part of the rules on Patreon. And so make sure if you want it now, go ahead and sign up and don't put it on the test. And then people have been a little bit confused on that too. If you want the audiobooks, you can have those, but that is a separate promotion. You don't get both the Cybertruck and the audiobooks for free. You get one or the other. I have been giving a discount. If you join at the $10 level and you want 2 audiobooks and you want the Cybertruck, then I give you a discount to $20 on the Cybertruck. That seems fair, right? Okay, and thank you. This all supports the channel. I appreciate all of you guys. It's just amazing. And thank you for all you've done to help me get this channel going like crazy. All right, that's it. And it has been great.